so thanks for coming in again today. Today we're going to kind of take evaluation process a step further, go over your PD plan. One thing I know we worked last Friday talking about a lot of this really with Natalie, our instructional coach. So just going to kind of review some of this and then just follow up with a few things. So first off, talk a little bit about that survey that we're going to base this first goal focusing on. The CTC area, you guys did a survey, correct?
Correct.
With your students. Talk a little bit about that and what some of those findings were.
Right, so ELA kind of led on this one for the school, and so within every ELA classroom throughout this survey. So it was basically a school climate survey. With just over 20 questions on, it was on a Likert scale, so strongly agree, strongly disagree. It was really just to get a feel for different aspects. Did the kids feel safe? Did they feel supported? Was the school clean? Just a whole sort of environmental thing, which was in addition to, where we've got our district goal, which is from survey, condition survey from last year. So related but separate. And then we got that information. So with every kid needing 8 ELA credits, we were able to hit a large percentage of students in the school that we were kind of go through, and the majority were positive results, but not everything was. So as an ELA unit, we focused in on the concept of discouragement, which was question 16. And then from there, I didn't like the phrasing of the question, especially with my seniors. I didn't feel like it fit. We wanted something more for down the road as well, because any changes we would be able to make won't affect them. So it's more about taking something that they could carry over. So that's where we made the change to the question. But still, do they feel like they have the tools to accomplish their goals is basically what it went, which was part of the original survey as well.
Yeah, and then so maybe talk a little bit about that. So you do teach majority seniors.
Right.
So it's a little different with those kids. It's more preparing them after high school. And I know in your English class, your senior success, your comp class, you're really looking at probably going in that direction of their goals. Yeah, we're looking at this relationship goal with the CTC focus, but what's your vision of wrapping this into something for seniors of, instead of how's this going to make you better going into your next English class, opposed to how's this going to make you better life after high school?
Yeah, so I think the main thing is being able to focus on what can you do for yourself, as opposed to like what can we continue to do for you. And I probably didn't phrase that the right way. The skills that they're looking for, I want to support and advocate for them, but also prepare them for life outside here, which will be other things. So it's going to be less about, hey, how can I do this for you? It's going to be more about, how can I help you do this for yourself? I think that's going to be the main key for the seniors, and not necessarily in a tough love way, because it could be simply, these are the tools we need to finish, fill out the FAFSA, or here's where we can find scholarships, or here's who you can contact, so if you have an IEP, you can advocate for yourself at the next level, because they're not going to seek you out, you're kind of responsible for that. So just going to help them make those decisions, and so that's it.
Cool. So then kind of going on that and going in that direction, obviously our first goal here in our PD is district focus on our CTC 1.1 is the one that we're all focusing on. That's builds relationship among teachers and students. And so kind of talking about what you just talked about, we took that survey, you kind of got an idea conditions for learning, I guess you could call that. I know you said separate, but same sort of idea, getting student feedback. And then with having mostly seniors in mind, what's kind of something that you're wanting to achieve with this PD plan, with this growth? What are you wanting to look at that your kids, what are you hoping to achieve within this CTC 1.1?
Yeah, so specifically, I want them to be able to identify like a plan for post-graduation. So whether that's community college, college, technical school, workforce, whatever, and maybe we can identify that. If we identify that first, then we can start looking at the specific skills that they would need or the specific things they need to accomplish. I think the byproduct of that, which is really going to fit into the SMART goal, is as they start kind of collecting these different skills or this information, do they feel more confident they're going to be able to accomplish it? I think that, so, you know, the overarching thing is like instilling confidence in them that they can, helping them find programs, because to be honest, some of these kids have never left Iowa.
Yeah.
You know, and through no fault of their own, they just haven't had the opportunity. So even if it's like a virtual tour or just a conversation with somebody or a job shadow opportunity, I think that's something that could help prepare them. And whatever their goals, and maybe for some kids, it's just going to be finding a goal. I think that's pretty difficult too. So if we can at least get that, then should be able to have some success.
Yeah, give kids direction, because a lot of times they don't have that. All right, so next then, talked about what you're wanting to achieve. I like that. What are some of the metrics you're looking at? Like what? So basically, how do you know you're going to achieve what you want to achieve? What's that going to look like?
Yeah, so we're going to go two ways on this. We're going to continue the idea of the Likert scale, just the rating system, relatively easy for the student, and that'll be done through a Google form. Okay. And then connected to that Google form, so it'll be the exact same Google form. The next one will be where they give a response, and that response will really feel about what they've learned or how they felt, kind of, so it's connected on that. And we'll do that every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll be able to progress that way. Now, that's nice for me to have record of. The other thing that I'd like to do within those 2 weeks, especially on Wednesdays, where I'd like to do this, is then we can also have kind of conversation, or just a brief discussion, or questions, comments, concerns, whatever it might be, or if it's something very specific that I can help them with to kind of give them that tool, then that's what I'll do. I guess I don't want them to feel like they're on their own, and there's sometimes just going in and filling in the form might seem a little tedious to them, but at the same time, if there's a breakthrough, it's good that we can kind of document that, or we can build on that, or even if they've changed their goals, we can kind of reset, and then we'll have that documentation as well.
Nice. Yeah, and I like Wednesdays. It makes sense because short schedule, and you get something accomplished there like that. So then this one's pretty easy because I think it's all self-explanatory, but is this realistic? I mean, do you have the support to do this? Is this something that you feel confident in that you can do?
Yeah, I believe it is, just through years in education, pretty well connected with the process.
Yeah.
I've been teaching seniors the whole time, so kind of understanding what's out there for them has been no issue. Just knowing people in the community where we could reach out for job shadowing, that's good as well. But also just some of the connections you have, whether it's a WIU or University of Iowa, if we need to get them like a visitor, or really if we could just get them in contact with somebody who's up there, even a student, maybe someone they went to school with a year or two ago that they don't know very well, but you can kind of say, hey, this is what the experience is like, things like that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it could be pretty beneficial. Also, I think just experience, just having been through it, as a human being.
Yeah.
In that way, I know what it's like to interview. I know what it's like to apply for a job. I know what it's like to do the same things for school, apply for the application for, know, admissions or scholarships and
Yeah.
things. So anything I can kind of do to help, kind of feel like that's really one of my roles here at the school and teaching seniors is to help kind of be able to guide, you know, when Mr. Carter's just overwhelmed with all he has to do.
Yeah.
I can kind of pivot and help kids as well. So.
Yeah, and I think that's important with our seniors, because honestly, there's a lot of our seniors that don't have that guidance at home, and
Correct.
they have nobody helping them, or even parents that are at home, maybe haven't went to college, or maybe don't know what that process looks like. I think it's great that we're gonna do that, also with Natalie helping you, I think, right, you're in that coaching cycle. I think she can help you with this data collection stuff, and really do that. I think that'll be good. She likes numbers, so I think she'll take that and run with it.